A huge problem in the world today is the amount of trash that ends up in landfills. Over 250 million tons of solid waste is generated in the U.S. each year. Many of the items thrown into landfills are recyclable. One of the major sources of waste in America is textile and fashion waste. Textile waste is any piece of clothing or flexible fiber deemed unusable by the owner. More than 15 million tons of textile waste is produced each year in the U.S. alone. Consumers are mostly to blame for the enormous amounts of textile waste. Only 15% of consumer-used clothing is recycled, even though nearly 100% of textiles are recyclable. One of the causes of the textile trash problem is our country's obsession with fast fashion. Fast fashion is the phenomenon in the fashion industry that quickens the production process in order to capitalize on new trends. We are producing outrageous amounts of textile waste by constantly producing and consuming with little thought about the impact of our waste and where our waste will end up. The current life cycle of clothing, the most popular use of textiles, consists of buying the item in a store, wearing the item for some time, and then throwing the item away when it will no longer be worn. So what is the solution to the problem of textile waste? In his book, In the Bubble, author John Thackara says, "To do things differently, we need to perceive things differently. In discussing where we want to be, breakthrough ideas often come when people look at the world through a fresh lens." One solution to the problem is upcycling. Upcycling, which some people call creative reuse, is a process that converts old products into something new. In this case, we could upcycle old clothing into new clothing. Reborn Clothing Company was founded by NC State political science major Emily Neville on the basis of reducing our own personal textile waste. Customers give Reborn their unwanted clothing to make upcycled products. Online, they sell many items from jeans to bags. A way to promote upcycling in our own Reborn Clothing Company would be to implement a campus-wide upcycling day. Students could bring clothing they no longer wear to be transformed into something they would wear. Without change, the problem of textile waste will only continue to get worse. So what will you do to decrease textile waste in the world?